What is going on, guys? It's the VA Gamer back here. Now, before this video gets started, I want everybody to please drop a like, subscribe if you would, and share this video. You never know who can help. But to get started, we're going to talk about stretch bigs. Stretches have been the daily topic in the 2K community as of lately. Now, the big problem that everybody was saying at first, oh, stretches can shoot over you. They can drain in anybody's face. You know, they're pulling up greens and hitting them in everybody's face. So Mike Wayne drops a patch, right? He says, okay, we're gonna buff shotgun test. And if you're a stretch or any type of shooter, you've seen that. But still the problem comes that you hear the 2K community, oh, stretches are overpowered. They're doing this, they're doing that. And to an extent, it's true. But we have to be realistic here, guys. Now, 2K is not going to make a perfect game. That's first of all. Second, the biggest problem with stretches right now is the fact that they can dribble. Now, this is coming from a shot creating stretch 4. Now, even though I'm a stretch 4, I do have shot creating as a secondary. So in my opinion, I think I should be able to dribble at least a little. I get ripped a lot, so I don't know where this whole stigma of not being able to get ripped is coming from. I get ripped quite often, and I'm not going to cross up any type of defensive build or any guard. They're just too quick. Now, only thing I get people with is a step back, and that's just because people are just holding the sticks for me. But anyways, the problem is the dribble. Now, in my opinion, one should only be able to dribble a stretch if they have playmaking or shot creating as a secondary. And to me, that makes sense. That's what those two archetypes are known for, dribbling. So if you're a playmaking stretch, yes, you should be able to dribble. You should be able to keep control of the ball without losing it or getting ripped easily. Now, you should still be able to get ripped because you're a playmaking secondary. But no, all this extra dribbling that people are doing, pure stretches, that should not be in the game. And not just for pure stretches. Pure lockdowns should not be able to dribble just as good as a pure point forward. They should be getting ripped way more often than they do. Same with those big man builds. I've seen people run 2 stretches in a glass, and the glass is the one running point. There's no way that should be happening. And so I think that's what needs to be emphasized more, if not in this 2K, in the next 2K, is the strength of your archetype or the archetype specifics. The more your shooting goes up, the more that your playmaking should go down. And that should be the incentive to make a dual archetype. Is I want to dribble as a big man. So I'm going to get a little bit of dribbling. It's going to knock my shooting down. My shooting may be in the 70s now, mid 70s. But I can dribble a little bit. I can make myself open. You know, that should be the incentive for making dual archetypes. Because really, what's the point in making a dual archetype if I can dribble with a pure stretch? And that's kind of the dilemma that I'm running with right now, is that even though I have a pure stretch or a shot creating stretch 4, I see pure stretches doing the same thing I do, except that I can do more step backs and off dribble shots more. But they're doing the same dribble moves I am, and I'm a shot creating stretch. So I feel like that's what 2K needs to address. And I mean, that's just really, that's where it ends. Now, the second thing I wanted to address in this video is ISOing versus being a stretch. Now, contrary to popular belief, being a stretch is not easy. Especially when people see a stretch, you know what they're going to do? They're going to play you tight. They're going to play you extremely tight. Now, when it comes to a person that's ISOing, you can't play them tight, especially if they have playmaking or ankle breaker higher than silver. You cannot play a playmaker tight. even if you're locked down, because what's going to happen? They're going to do that little half spin, step back, cross, or whatever the case may be, and you're going to get broken. I mean, it is what it is. If you play too tight, they're going to blow by you. If you back up, they're going to step back and drain it in your face. And people act like that is just so hard to do, but it really isn't. I used to do that on 2K17 all the time with my pure point forward. It is not hard to go by somebody. It's not hard to just spam the same dribble moves over and over until you get the ankle breaker animation. It's a lot of guards out here. If they did not have ankle breaker, that they would not be doing anything. If there was no ankle breaker animations, ISOing would not be as big because it wouldn't be as effective. If I can play up on you without you breaking my ankles, then that's easy to guard. But it's the fact that that animation is in the game that allows ISOing to be so effective. And the fact that if you're a playmaking primary, your speed is ridiculous. And so all these people saying that ISOing is so difficult and just so you have to have so much more talent, and you have to, that shows the skill gap. That's all bull crap. And stretches, being a stretch is one of the easier archetypes, but it's not easy. I'm a shot creating stretch 4, as I mentioned. I made a shot creating stretch 4 because I want to be able to create my own shots. You know, I want you to think I'm gonna shoot, and then next thing you know, I'm stepping back or I'm doing a snatch back and pulling it. You know, I'm not shooting in nobody's face. And it's not a high percentage that you make contested shots as a stretch. Even, it don't matter how tall you are and what your wingspan are, if somebody is right up in your face and they're actually playing good defense, then you're not going to hit that shot. I mean, it's just as simple as that. There's a lot of stretches out here that make stretches just to try to hit shots in people's face. I mean, that's not being a good stretch big. A good stretch big takes good shots, takes open shots. So really we need to end this whole ISO versus stretch big dilemma, because in all honesty, if you suck at this game, it don't matter what build you make, you're gonna suck. And that's really what it boils down to. There is a skill gap, whether people want to admit it or not. But I've played some people with the cheesiest builds that are pure garbage. And I've played people with a normal build that are amazing. If anything, to me, glass cleaners are the OP people in this game. I've seen glass cleaners drain threes. Not only that, power forwards get a defensive stopper on goal. They can rebound. They got brick wall Hall of Fame. Their max wingspan, the rebounds automatically come to their hands like a magnet. So if anything needs to be nerfed, it's them, because they're slashers, post scorers, they can do everything. So, you know, I think we should end this whole dilemma and make this 2K community less toxic than it's becoming. So, you know, there's just some things to think about. If you enjoyed the video, again, please like, subscribe for more. I'm trying to be more consistent with these videos. It's just hard when you're working. I'm actually working right now as we speak. But again, I really appreciate if you drop a like and subscribe.